Hi my friends, Jim Holmes here, and I'm back for another quick video. This time I want to talk about grand mal seizures on a scale of 1 to 10 of seizures, with 10 being the worst or grand mal. That is what I started to have when I was home convalescing at my parents' house. They're not trained medical professionals by any stretch of the imagination, and I was just a dunce. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just struggling to be alive when certain parts of my body started to go numb. Usually started with my lip, moved down into my arms and my fingers, and then my whole body would just start to convulse. It was nothing that I could control. It was beyond me. It was in me, but it was beyond me. And I can remember my eyes. They didn't even feel like mine, because they were watching this foreign body literally doing whatever it wanted to do, and there was nothing I could do about it. And my arms, the muscles felt like they'd all gone rigid, but they wanted to bend all at the same time, contradicting each other and just making for more confusion, because it's all brain related. At least mine were. I haven't had one in 40 years, knock on some wood. But I was terrified, because at the time I didn't know what they were, neither did my parents, and would they ever go away, because it would be impossible for me to get back to living any kind of a normal life if I continued to have seizures. Obviously, you can't drive. The state takes your license away for 6 months until you can prove that you're seizure free. Your neurologist has to clear you and send a letter to the DMV. I mean, that's understandable, but I couldn't even drive then. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it, because all I was thinking about was, please don't let me have another seizure. These things were traumatic. My breathing, I was like, my heart was pounding out of my chest when I finally came to, and I could barely catch my breath. It was like I'd sprinted a half a mile, and I was weak as a kitten, and it took everything out of me. Unfortunately, I would continue to have seizures. Some were not very pretty, and they didn't always happen in the comfort of my house, where I could suffer silently. I was so ashamed of my body and its inability to function correctly. I didn't want other people to see me weak. I guess that's my ego there, but I was just devastated by the whole accident, and now it looked like I would never get back anywhere as close to normal again. I mean, what have I done to myself? Over time, they adjusted my medication, and things would work out, and they got my seizures under control. All right, so physically, they have my seizures under control, but mentally, I expected, and I continue to expect one any minute, and my life will be done as I know it for God knows how long. And so for years I ran scared of having another seizure. I worked my ass into the ground. I was daring another seizure to come back and get me. Because like I've said in past videos, I chose to die on the job, busting my friggin' ass. I was doing tree work at the time. Didn't live a life in fear of seizures. And miraculously, that's said correctly, I haven't had another one. And I went on for decades, really running scared from seizures and having to prove myself every day, or prove to myself every day that I was okay again, because for so long nobody knew. So I'm in the woods doing this video because I love to be in the woods. I love walking here, and I'm about to go for a run. I'm an old man at this point in time. I mean, I'm only doing a couple of miles, and but during this pandemic I put on some weight because I got lazy, and because I've been writing another book, which is just awesome. I love it. But anyways, to be able to go outside and just take a simple walk in the woods without worrying about having a seizure and not being able to save yourself and get out, to be able to go for a run, it's these simple things that I absolutely love, and I have missed so much. So I'm going to tell you all right now that no matter what, we're all going through a ton in our lives, here and around the world. Keep the faith. I mean, everything is going to work out. No matter how bad things work, things are going to be okay eventually. It may not be the way you want it to be or come about the way you want it to be, but it's going to end up with the same result, and things are going to be all right. I mean, throughout my recovery, I never imagined how different things would affect me and make me do things that I thought were terrible, but I got to the finish line eventually. I just couldn't see it at the time, and I've learned to have faith in the routes that I'm forced to run, or the paths that I'm forced to walk, because they take me places I can't see at the time, but they end up right where I'm supposed to be. I've learned that. So I love you all, and this is a long way from life support, and I'm so grateful to all of you for your love and support. I'll do another video next week, and I hope you all tune in. I love you guys so much. Take care now. Bye-bye.